Welcome, wonderful people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. This special day. Yes, yes, yes. Uh, what a joy. What a what a joy. What a joy it is for you to be here with us. Join in with us then. We appreciate it and we celebrate you. Yes, thank you for being here today. And today we'd like to talk about traveling, a little trip. And on this little trip, it's called life trip, life journey. And the reason why we say life journey because on this road of life, there are a lot of things that can come about, a lot of things that can happen on this road. And I would bring up the story matter about a situation. I was talking to this young lady, she was a prostitute, and dealing with prostitutes and different ones, not to be judgmental or critical, uh, condemning people and everything about who they are and what they're doing. But sometimes we always try to help people to see a better light, to see and understand the better light. So with that in mind, we're talking about how we're going through different situations and things, right? And I had mentioned to her about hard times, like I face hard times too. And so she was telling about how rough it is for her sometimes, how she didn't want to be in that life, she didn't want to be in that situation, but how you say, unfortunately, things can happen. And things can happen to most of us. In fact, things can happen to all of us at some time or another. And we think that we're all, good to go and things are working this way and that way. And yet and still, hard times can come about. And so I mentioned about the road of life. So she was asking about, what about a road? She's never heard about the road before. And so I had to explain to her about life is a journey. And on that journey, we are on this different roads, different things, situation. There's a straight and narrow road, there's a crooked road, there's a hard road, and this and that and other. And sometimes there's an easy road. But in explaining to her about the different roads, is that now she was saying, oh, I understand that better. Because see, sometimes we in this journey of life, and we think that everything's going to be all right, everything's going to be just fine. And what about this travel? Well, life is like a travel, going to a different place, going to a destination, they call it, right? And explaining to her that sometimes you could be on the road and you find out that, hey, your mode of transportation may be the car. Car can break down. Just happened to, excuse me, it happened to me one time. We were driving from Connecticut to Atlanta, and somewhere down in Maryland started having a problem with the car. So we continue on. We didn't turn around, didn't go back, didn't seek a station or anything like that, right? But around that night time, the fan belt broke. The car was running hot, so we pull over, turn the flashers on, right? Car pulls up behind us sometime a little bit later, and just happened to be like another car from Connecticut, right? So the guy said, "What's the matter?" I said, "Well, it's running hot, and I think the fan belt broke." The guy had a fan belt in his car. Yes, a fan belt. So, and he put the fan belt on for me, right? Ooh, excuse me. So we goes on somewhere down in Virginia, go into a station, pull off the main road and everything to the station. As before, they had all this big time interstate that you don't see uh small businesses stuff on the side and other stuff, right? Anyway, so now we pulled in. The guy said, "Well, come back in the morning, something like that. Either take the car over to Richmond, which is about 100 miles or something like that." Oh my God, it's like, whoa, a long ways away. Anyway, one of the mechanics there said, "Wait a minute, let me see what I can do for you." The guy did a couple of drills, boom, 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 tighten up the fan belt. Beautiful. On my way to Atlanta. So the moral of the story is what is that sometimes We could be on the road, a good road, traveling, everything's going smooth, then they have problems and issues. Sometimes we can go and run into circumstances and situations not of our making. Just because things are looking good sometimes, that doesn't mean that you're going to run into some hard times, or it means that you're going to run into some trials and tribulations sometimes. Doesn't mean that you're going to run into some storms sometimes. Just because you're still on a good road, a straight road, there it is, you still have some situation to come about. So what do? We didn't sit there and just sit up in the car and wait for state troopers sometimes. Put your flashers on. Give a signal that you're in trouble. Give a signal that something is going on, something is wrong. Put up a flag or white towel or rag or something um, on the thing for the radio antenna thing. All right, put a flare out there, something. Let somebody know that there's a little problem, there's an issue with you. So sometimes we're so proud, we're so like you're in trouble, you have a problem, you have an issue, and you say you prayed for help, and the prayer of help is almost like the time when the man was in the boat and the boat was taking on water. Now he prayed that, okay, Lord, send me some help, and I'm going to wait for you to help me because I know that you're going to help me. I know you're going to take care of me. You're going to rescue me and everything. So the man sit there. He'll come a boat. No, I'm waiting on the Lord to come and rescue me because it's what he's going to do because I believe in him. I trust him. He's going to do that. Then he'll come a helicopter. No, I'm waiting on the Lord. So eventually, the water will take it on boat. The boat will take it on water, and the man drowns. So he goes into a place of the throne of judgment, and now he's fussing with the Lord. Why didn't you save me? The Lord said, "Wait a minute. I sent you a helicopter and a boat. Why didn't you take it?" So anyway, what we're doing now is like take advantage of a situation that come about that to help you because you don't know how help is going to come in your direction. You don't know when it's going to come, but he said that it may not come when you want to. And that's another thing too, that we travel sometime on this road thinking that everything's going to go the way we want it to go, thinking that just because we're on this road, just because we are saved, just because we have the power and we did this and we do that, doesn't mean that you're not going to run into some situation. Doesn't mean that you're not going to have problems and issues at times. So therefore, we have to be prepared and prepare yourself at all times. Prepare your mind, prepare your spirit, prepare just like driving on a track on the road. Driving on the road. Make sure your car's oil. Make sure your car's gassed up. Make sure you have direction. Make for sure you have a flashlight. Make for sure the battery's done right. Tune up and all that good stuff. Then prepare yourself for the journey. Are we prepared for the journey of life? So I was explaining to this young lady about the journey of life and on the road of life. So sometimes, like I say, you can be on different roads, and sometimes you can be on a rough road. The rough road is like, well, you don't care, things can happen. Uh, you're not worried about the balances of what's going on in life. There's always chaos and confusion. You're on the rough road. So are you prepared for the rough road? Sometimes the storms will come around and just overtake you, overshadow you, and then destroy you on the rough road. But if you're on a good road, even though sometimes some tribulation and stuff can come about, you will be protected more because now you know who you are, you know what you're about, you know that you will ask for help, and you are prepared for the help, and you receive the help. You receive the help. But on the rough road, you could care less about the help. You could, pass by the help. But anyway, so she understood now about what I was talking about. And that's why we have to more or less tell people, explain to people, and then minister to people about this road of life. Now, we get to the place where sometimes we get to a crossroad. Just because we're on a good road sometime, and sometimes we turn and get on the wrong road. And this will happen sometime too. Sometimes we go on the wrong road, we're not following directions. We just, hey, out there, left field, they call it, you know what I mean? So when we go to the wrong road, and then we run into some situation, whose fault is it? We're not paying attention to what we're doing. That's why we have to more or less, more and more ever before, pay attention to where we are. Pay attention, observe the surroundings. Pay attention to what's going on around us. Pay attention, and then try to get back on the right road. Yes, we can get on the wrong road more than often than we think we are. We can get on the wrong road sometime and don't know how to get back to the right road. That's why we have to follow direction, seek seek guidance, seek help, and then prepare for the help that come about that will help us get back into the right road. And another time, another situation came about where there was a young lady. Now she had fallen into some lot of situation, um, physical problem, health issues, this and that, and other, financial situation. She said sometime that she even had to be homeless, sleep in a car. Then the car got repossessed. Well, that's hard time. That's on a hard road. But yet still, she was still on a straight road, a good road. But things like I said can happen. But one of the thing about it that she didn't put up a flare. She didn't put up a signal light. No one knew that she was in problems. She was in trouble. So she sat there and she said, well, I'm praying for the Lord to come and help me. But the point of it is that she didn't get any help. And she said, now she's been praying and Lord didn't answer her prayer. Well, sister, I'm gonna tell you something. Sometimes the Lord will reveal to you about sending someone to help you. Just like with the man was on the boat. He sent a helicopter and a boat to rescue you. Then another time, just like when we were stuck on the road, where somewhere down in Virginia, somewhere, right? Somebody pulls up with what we needed, a fan belt, but we had our signals on. We had the flashes on to let us know, let somebody know that there was a problem up ahead. So therefore, just because you're proudful, just because you don't want nobody to know about your business, just because you're going through some trials and tribulations, and that upsets someone. That upsets me even to know that I have a brother or sister out there that needs some help, but they refuse to ask for help because they say they're private people. They ask God for help, but God will send you. God will send anybody. God will send a mangy dog to help you if necessary, because that's who God is. He is so wonderful. He's so good. And he's there for you and me and anybody else if we are being for real, that need and consider their help that he's going to send. So just because help don't come the way we want it to come doesn't mean that he's not going to send some help. So therefore, when you refuse help from a brother or sister, refuse to help from brothers and sisters, refuse to let somebody know that there's a problem or issue there, you have denied them. And you also denied the Lord for sending somebody, because now it's like, wait a minute, this is what we're here for. Help us of one another. We are here to support each other. We are our brothers and sisters keepers. We are here to build up and strengthen each other. We are here more or less to cover each other, to prepare each other for the journey, and then strengthen each other on the journey. So things can happen. Sometimes we're on this road, we can get sideswiped. We got the fallen rock zone, we have the black ice zone. Watch out, be careful, drive defensively, and then be cautious of the problems and issues that are ahead. But then sometimes we get to the straightaway, we feel like we're going to flowboard it, then make up for lost time. Sometimes it just pays to keep it in a nice position, keep it nice and slow and easy, do the how you call it, the speed limit, but observe things. Now is the time to reflect on the times of what happened, what's going on. Just like with reflecting on the sister that said, I don't need any help. I don't ask for help. I don't ask for this. I don't ask for that. Reflect on it. How are you going to respond to her? How are you going to respond to a brother that really needs some help? How do you go about helping this sister that's a prostitute that she's trying to get up out of the situation? She know that she doesn't want to be there, but sometimes condition will put you in a situation where you don't want to be there, you don't want to do what you're doing, you don't want to go where you got to go, but sometimes it just happened. So what are you going to do? Are you prepared? Are you preparing your life? Are you preparing your situation? Are you seeking guidance? Are you seeking help? Are you seeking a way out of a bad situation? Sometimes we go into marriages and relationship, wind up becoming domestic violence, wind up becoming a place where you don't want a dead dog to be in. But it can happen sometimes. So we're feeling bad about it. Sometimes we even commit suicide because of the hurt, the pain. But I'm here to tell you, hold on. Check your road. Sometimes, like I say, you could be on the wrong road. Try to get to the right road. Try to get to the help. Put up your flasher. Put up a sign. Let somebody know. Let the Lord know. But he already knows. He already knows. And he might just send you some help when he get ready to. He might let you go for a little bit longer in that trial, in that tribulation. So just because we're going through some stuff, just because we're feeling bad about some situation, just because people are backstabbing you, backbiting you, trying to put you under the bus, kicking to the curb, does not mean that he's not answering your prayers. Does not mean that he's not there for you and waiting for the right situation. He's waiting for you, really, you. Because see, a lot of times it's not just for us. It's for the situation for others that will learn, others who will see the situation, see how he's moving in your behalf. We've heard so many times, so many places where we have people say that, oh, well, if it wasn't for the Lord on my side, where would I be? What would I do? Because he came through for them at the right time, in the right situation. So we always expect the good time. We always expect for the Lord to answer us. We always expect for the glory to come about. But if it doesn't happen right then and there, don't get upset. Don't get upset, but stay on the right road. What road are you traveling? What road are you on? Are you on that road where you don't care? You know there's potholes. You know that the bridge might be out. You know there's a flood zone. You know that the fallen rock zone, and you don't care. You just speeding. It's like you don't. It doesn't matter to you. Let life matter. Let life matter. And then as you go about, things can get easier in a way. It's like I'm telling this sister that's a prostitute. Yes, a lady of the night came to Jesus with an alabaster jar of ointment. So she started anointing his head. Tears was flooding his feet, and she was drying his feet with her hair. But the point of it is, the Lord said, she's preparing me for my burial. In those days, they put ointments and stuff with you as they prepare you for burial. They didn't have what we have today, like, going through the change for embalming, all this other stuff. They just put you in a tomb, but wrap you up with ointment to keep the smell down. That's really reason why they do it, right? So anyway, so with that in mind, we must by all means stop looking down on people. Stop criticizing people, but hold them up. Look at the good in everybody and all things. Sure, some people they can show their behind, they can do bad, but think about it. See what you can do to help. See what you can do to help correct them and straighten them. And then if you can't, you can't, but pray for them anyway. Hold them up in prayer anyway, because we have the power and authority to do these things. And when you have the power and authority, use the power and authority. And just because you have power and authority doesn't mean that you're not going to go through some stuff. So as you travel that road, continue to know where you are and who you are and what you're about, and then be prepared for any eventualities that can come about on that journey. So with that, we just want to bring it to you to let you know that just because you might be on a road that have problems and issues and situations and circumstances that come about, a road that might jack you up and look like, wow, where am I? You're lost. Believe it or not, sometimes you might be lost. But guess what? There's a ray of light that's called hope. Stick with that ray of light. Stick with that the road that you're on until you find a better road, till you get to the crossroad, and then you say, make the right decision to get on the good road. So with that in mind, wonderful people, thank you for being with us today. And then I appreciate you being here. And share this out. Share this out. Then I ask you to give us some feedback and then subscribe to this channel. All right. And look forward to other programs. Listen to some of the other videos that we have up already. And then, like I say, let people know that just because they're going through some hard time does not mean that this is going to be it, because we have a God that can reach us no matter where we are. And stop being selfish, stop being conceited, stop being prideful, and say that, oh, well, I don't need this and I don't need you, this and that, and the other. And then they backstab you or whatever, get mad and angry and everything. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it. And then still love them anyway. Because one thing about, like I say, with some of the situations they come about, we love people, but sometimes we show love in different ways. And sometimes we're on the wrong road that we're showing love, that we should be on a different road and a better road to show that love and appreciation to one to another. So with that in mind, take care, be blessed, be blessed, be blessed. And we hope to see you on another cast at another time soon and sooner than they. All right, take care. Bye now.
An opportunity to kind of optimize the pipeline and where the consumer is at in their purchasing behavior patterns throughout the history of their time, and also new customers where you can optimize based on what you've learned and pretty much elongate the customer